Welcome to Winging It with Positivity, where we are winging it and still reaching new heights. I am your host, Boogie Time, and today we are talking about when peace feels uncomfortable. Last week we talked about exiting survival mode and just preparing for that soft landing. And I'm happy I discussed this because many people don't know how to just rest. Like, they're so used to go. And it could be for a variety of reasons. It may not be necessarily a particular trauma or survival mode. So even if you feel like you're not in survival mode or you never even explored that, this episode is still for you because we all need to learn rest and worthiness outside of being on the go 24/7. Rest is a necessity. Did you guys know that there's actually a reason why calm feels uncomfortable? When you've been in survival mode for a long time, your nervous system gets used to stress chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. So when life slows down, your body thinks something is wrong, even when everything's okay. And man, isn't that unfortunate? When our bodies are just doing their job, they don't mean us no harm, but it's so interesting how our body responds to things, and the hormones and the chemicals within our body. It's really interesting. Look it up. So it's really science behind this stuff and behind this conversation. So I definitely encourage you to look into that more if you're interested. But let's just talk about how weird peace feels. And it's so crazy because people often talk about how they want peace. They pray for peace. And then when you get it, you analyze the heck out of it. Or you await some doom around the corner. Or you operate in old ways, like that saying goes. Old keys don't open new doors, so we can't operate quite the same. And when you have been in survival mode, you just simply trying to survive. You're not used to acknowledging and feeling and being safe. You're not used to really having that faith, not even in just an individual, but in God. That's another thing, a lot of times we say we believe, but we are scared handing over whatever it is that we're quote unquote letting go and letting God do for us. I've caught myself waiting for the next problem, the scandal, the next oversight, the next whatever the case may be. And it's so crazy how sometimes our minds are programmed to be negative. Even if we, put positivity in the air and aim to be positive, we still can be negative. It's almost like it's a defense mechanism. Because I think it feels sometimes safe to expect the negative. You feel like you 10 steps ahead of a person or a potential outcome, rather. And it's like, man, what a way to live. I start to understand why they say ignorance is bliss, in a sense, too, because it's like, man, like, how bad it sucks, for lack of a better phrase, to just live that way constantly. So yeah, I know I'm very introspective. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I'm like, we gotta continue this series. So we're gonna be talking about this, unpacking this, and holding ourselves accountable. Because a big thing with winging it with positivity is also holding myself accountable. If y'all check out my old videos, I used to do a series of holding myself accountable with water and also exercise. And I need to probably get some more exercise in now. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, but at the same time, I'm drinking more water. And I'm gonna just do it. It ain't no... It's easy to go down, get into this real brutal mindset where you're just beating yourself up and you're just overdoing it. So right now is our time to, yes, acknowledge some things, but we're going to start to take it easy on ourselves. Give ourselves permission to relax. I went off a little bit on a tangent there, but let's tie it back in. Have you ever had a moment, though, where nothing was wrong and that made you feel nervous? Think about it. And if you didn't, please do share. Share that magic. Because you know what? Somebody reading your comment, myself included, might be like, wow, you haven't? I ain't gonna lie, I might find it a little hard to believe. But if you haven't, that's good. We need people that, you know, give us something to look forward to. You know, but have you ever just had a moment where nothing was wrong? Which hopefully you did, but it made you nervous. So after the move, you guys, I'm still used to urgency, being dependent, not really dependent on a man or another adult. You know, my mom is my biggest supporter, but outside of that, I really don't rely on people to do anything for me, really. You know, I have people that I love and care about, but at the end of the day, I don't really rely on many people. So I try to get things done, and if I can't do it myself, I will figure out a way for it to get done. And I've just been that way. But having a partner who is willing to be on your team and you guys figure it out together is an adjustment, but it's a blessing. But it takes some compromising in a sense of, okay, you're not alone, so let's, understand where each person's coming from, and having a willingness to let go of some of these tendencies and ways and patterns of thinking, and when I tell you, I'm excited to let that baggage go and to really just be focused on the now in the family that is happening before my eyes. We will be having a child. Moments, responsibility, just so much to look forward to and so much that is going to be happening. And it's just like that is not only a blessing, but that is my focus. And that's why it was pivotal imperative that I did this episode, because I wanted to talk about this transition. And again, like I said, I know there are people, maybe not my exact situation, but that need to learn how to rest, and be thankful for the blessings that are happening and to adjust to change. Because I said to you before, I like change, guys. But this change is a bit of a challenge because, for one, it's going to require a different version of myself. You know, a version of myself that is more sacrificing, more that's really gonna wing it with positivity. I'm never gonna be perfect, but it's gonna require courage. Again, it's gonna require compromising. It's gonna require prioritizing. It's gonna require ish or get off the pot, you know. And though that might sound a little nerve-wracking, it's also exciting to me. It's so exciting. So I'm giving myself permission to exhale, first of all, and to have faith. Look at God's track record, man. He's never let me down. He's never let you down. And things always have a way of working out, even when it looks crazy. And that's where you be like, that ain't nothing but God. That ain't nothing but God. But it takes time. So, from your winging it home, girl, I'm going to say to you, you know, our brains and bodies don't just change because our situation changes, you know. They change through repetition. So if you live in stress for a long time, your system learned that stress is normal, you know. So it's unlearning some things, and it's going to take more grace. But shout out to you. Shout out to myself, because y'all listening to me. And if you relate to this, I am talking to you. We can do it. Just give yourself grace. Realize nothing is actually wrong. And peace doesn't mean danger. It doesn't mean there's a big plot twist waiting to happen. And you don't need to create problems. You don't have to sabotage things. And I'm realizing I wasn't anxious because something was wrong. I was anxious because nothing was wrong. Think about that. So instead of panicking about the discomfort, name it. This is unfamiliar. Not unsafe, though. More time to relax, pray, have that self-care. Take those walks, play that music, get in your creative bag. I love just being creative. That's everything. And enjoy the process of building too. Like I mentioned before, I was like in a hurry to nest and do this, and it's like, what are you in a rush for? And everything that you need, you will have, because God provides. He always does. And you know, you're gonna make sure your baby has everything. You're with people that's gonna make sure of that. So yeah, anything else doesn't matter. You know, you have shelter, you have love. These are things I had to remind myself of. And I'm like, you know, it's good. So don't sweat the small stuff. You know, count your blessings. Sometimes God gives us rest, but we don't know how to receive it yet. That's all right. Keep talking to Him. Keep praying. I've started praying more again because, if I'm honest, I kind of slacked a bit with that. And there's so much peace in praying and letting it out. So y'all, If calm feels uncomfortable for you, that doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're healing. You're not bored. You're not lazy. You're just learning a new way to live. And you are blessed. I hope y'all got something from this episode, this discussion. Please meet me in the comments. I want to continue this conversation. Let me know if you can relate or know of anyone. Let's be honest. Let's be real. You know, no judgment zone here. I wish you nothing but peace and love from your Winging It homegirl. We are winging it and still reaching new heights. I'll see you again soon. Peace.
I wanna boogie with you. Let me boogie with you.